Good day, everybody. Today I have something that's a little bit different. I was having a conversation with someone yesterday, and they were explaining to me how they were frustrated, and they were pointing their lives that they had a lot of frustration, and they were a little bit upset with just how things were going. And I was happy for them. You know, I said, hey, look, this is great. Like, it's good that you're frustrated, and they couldn't understand why I had said that. Let me share a little story. You know, I think a few of you may know that years ago, not that long ago, but several years ago, I used to work for a software company, and I was in charge of sales for the eastern side of North America, and we were here based out of Toronto, and we had an excellent end of a quarter. We blew out our number, we blew out our sales forecast, we exceeded expectations. And the timing's kind of ironic because that end of quarter was actually end of June, which is today. It was the last day of June. And we went into July, and because we had done so much business in June, we really had a rough July. And I was really the hero in June. But in that software company, in July, I got raked over the coals for not bringing in, or our sales team not bringing in the number. And we had a fantastic sales team that we worked together with, but we didn't produce in July, and we were, you know, lambasted for that, or I felt we were anyway. I was so frustrated on the way home that day. I went off and bought a piece of Bristol Board, and this just happens to be the piece of Bristol Board. I found it hiding underneath a desk with all dust and stuff on it, but this is the actual piece of Bristol Board. And that day I came home, I walked into our kitchen, I cleared the kitchen island, and I started writing out things that I wanted to accomplish, because that frustration had built so much in me that I finally decided that I was going to take more action than I already was. You see, I was already investing in some real estate on the side. I had plans to get out of my software career. But that frustration was really the catalyst, because it crystallized all my ideas and put them down on paper for me. And I can see right here on this Bristol board here, I actually wrote down, you know, start a real estate investing, brokerage, publish an investing newsletter, give educational classes, do different types of investing like student rentals and lease options, and buy and sell properties. So it's kind of funny now looking back on this, but the only reason that I got frustrated enough to buy this piece of Bristol Board, and it was at the dollar store, by the way, come home and put a plan together and then actually act on that plan, was that point of frustration that I had reached was so large and so big to me that it finally pushed me over the edge. So today, in the observation that maybe might be useful to you, or maybe this isn't useful for you, but something I've learned about myself that is now useful for me, is that when I'm at a point of frustration, I think of it as a good thing, because I know that's the point where I'm about to grow to do bigger and better things, because that pushes me into action. That frustration is what I need to push me into action. When I'm happy with things, I get comfortable and I don't do much. But when I'm frustrated, it pushes me into action. So if you're at a point in your life and you're figuring things out, and this obviously applies to me, it applies to more than investing in real estate, just anything, and you're frustrated, maybe it's not such a bad thing. Maybe there's an opportunity for you here to crystallize what it is that you want to do and write down some goals and take some action on it. And maybe it's that frustration which will finally push you over the edge and allow you to do the things and accomplish the goals that you want to accomplish. So I don't know if that's helpful for you today. Hopefully it is. That's all we have for you today. I'm going to go put my Bristol board back. I'll hang on to this thing now that I found it, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.